Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. My name is Esther. In this video we'll be learning how to cut and sew this two piece. If you're seeing my channel for the first time, please do what to subscribe, click on the notification bell to be notified each time I post video. So the first thing we are going to do, okay, we'll be cutting out the pant first. Okay, so you fold your fabric into two first. Okay, so we'll be cutting out the front part first. Fold your fabric into two and mark out your starting line. Chalk out your starting line like you see me do in this video. So after marking your starting line, the next thing we are going to do is to start imputing our vertical measurement. So the first thing we are going to do is to minus our band. The band I'm working with in this on this trouser is 1.5 inch. So I'll minus 1.5 inch and place my tape and mark from the waist to the hip measurement. The starting line I mark will stand as the waist measurement. So I will also mark from the waist to the crotch length, and I will also go down and mark the length. The waist to hip I'm working with is 9 inches. Waist to crotch length I'm working with was 11.5, and the length of this pant is 20 inches. So I added 3 inch extra for folding for the hem. All right. So after that, I will divide my hip measurement. The hip I'm working with here is 43 divided by 2. I mark and add sewing allowance. I also mark that same measurement on the crotch length. So I'll be taking that measurement down to the waist as well. All right, so this pant I will be using elastic band for this pant, so I will not be using a zip. Okay, so I'll be using elastic band. So after marking this, so that I will go ahead and mark my round laps divided by 2. The lap I'm working with is 29 divided by 2 is 14.5 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So I'll be connecting it to meet with the hip, okay, to cut to form the crotch curve like the flap. All right, so I'll also go down and take my measurement. On the side I'll be going in by 1 inch because I don't want it to be too bogus on the downside. So I'll measure the round laps I'm working with, okay, and divide it into 2 and mark and add sewing allowance. All right, so I'll be connecting it to meet with the crotch line like you see me doing in this video. All right, so after taking this measurement, the next thing you're going to do is to connect the other one to meet with the hip. The 1 inch you go in to meet with the hip and to the waist line, right? Like I said, I'll be using elastic band, so I minus half inch, okay, because I don't want it to be too big on the waist, okay. So I just minus 1 inch. Normally I'm not supposed to minus anything because I'm using elastic band, but because I don't want it to be too big there. So what I'll be doing is for the waist slant, I will come down by 1 inch and slant it to meet with this side, okay, like what you're seeing now. So that is it for the front cutting. All right, don't forget to drop any question where you don't understand. Just drop question. So this is it for the front cutting. So the next thing we are going to do is to fold another fabric into two. Okay, this is the front part. You fold your fabric into two again. All right, and place the front that you have cut out, okay, like what you're seeing me doing. Place the front on it, making sure you have extra 4 inches, 2.5 inch on the front, 2 inch on the back, and extra 2 inch or 2.5 inch on the upper waist side. So for the crotch line, extended the crotch length from that line. So from that line, I will come down by half inch. Okay, so the front crotch and the back crotch should not be on the same line. All right, so on the upper side, which is the waist, I go in by 2 inches. So I replace that 2 inches on the side. Okay, I go in by 2 inches and replace it on the side. I also go up by 2 inches. So I will slanting that 2 inches that I go up to the 2 inches that I replace on this side. I don't know if you understand what I mean here. Please play it again, you will understand. All right, so on that crotch length that I come down by half inch, I'll go out by 2 inch. This all depend on the waist measurement you're working with. Like I said, I'm working with a waist of 43. So if you're working with a waist of 39, 38, 40, you can use 2 inches. So on the side, on the waist, on the hip, I added 2 inches. So on the crotch length for the other side, I added 1.5. I also go down and add 1 inch till down of the short pant. So I connected the line to meet with each other like you see me doing in this video. Okay, connect the lines. Like I said, on the hip, I added 2 inches, crotch length for the other side. After adding 2.5 on this side, I added 1 inch, 1.5, sorry, 1.5. So on the hem, I added 1 inch. So I connected the line to meet with each other. So I will slant this from that hip, new length to meet with the crotch length. All right, just slant it a little bit, slant it like you see me do. So the crotch line, I'll be connecting it like what you're seeing me doing now, like you see me doing in this video. You connect it. This doesn't have any specific, just make sure you give it a good curve. All right, okay. So there are many ways you can or you can use your French curve. You can use anything just to give it a good curve. All right, so that is it for the back cutting. All right, so I'll be cutting it out right now. So cutting of this short pant is very easy. So we'll be going ahead to cut out the top. All right, so we are done cutting the short. This short will not be having pockets because I don't have much material here. All right, so I'll be keeping this aside and fold my fabric into two to cut out the top. Okay, so I folded my fabric into four to cut out the top. All right, so I'll be cutting the front and the back together. All right, so my fabric is folded into four. Okay, so I've marked out my starting line. I will be marking out my starting line. Always make sure you mark your starting line to be sure of where you are starting. All right, so what I'll be doing now, this is a cut together sleeve. So on the side where the sleeve is, I will come down by 1.5 inch for shoulder slant. I will place my tape on that starting line and mark from that starting line, which is my shoulder, to waistline and to the length of the top. So I will now mark the length of the sleeve, and like I said, I come down by 1.5 inch for shoulder slant. From that shoulder slant, I will place my tape and mark the sleeve opening. So the sleeve opening I'm working with is 9.5 plus sewing allowance. That will be 10.5. So I'll be going ahead to mark the neckline. The neckline I'm working with is 3 inch by width. So I use 1 inch, 3 inch by width, the width of the neckline. So the back depth, I use 1 inch. Okay, I use 1 inch for the back depth. All right. So for the front neckline, I'll be using 9 inches. All right, I'll be using 9 inches. So from that 1.5 inch that I come down for the shoulder slant, I will slant it to meet with the neckline. All right, so now we will start imputing our body measurement. So you divide here. I will not be making use of waist measurement. So what I'll be making use of is my hip measurement. I divided the hip measurement by 4 and add extra 3 inch both for sewing and ease. I will take that line up. Okay, so the hip measurement is what I'll be using to measure both the waist and the hip. Okay, so I will not be taking waist measurement here. So I will take that measurement from the waist down to the length of the top. Okay, and connect them together. So and curve the sleeve, right, like what you're seeing me doing. How to curve the sleeve? Go out by 1 inch and curve the sleeve. So right now, to mark out this the thing on the front, they join something on the front. All right, so I'll be using, this is 2 inch on the both side, that is 4 inch in total. Folded my fabric into two, so I'll be marking 1.5. All right, so I mark 1.5 because I'll be using 1/2 inch to sew it. That will be 2 inches. So I connected the line to meet with that 9 inch that I mark for my neckline, and I connect it to meet with the width of the neck. All right, so that is it for the cutting. This particular one is very easy. All right, so I'll be cutting it out right now. I'll be joining something on this sleeve because the sleeve is too short. Like I said, I don't have much material. So after cutting the back neckline, I will remove the back, okay, to be able to cut out the front neckline and the thing they join where I mark out that I'll be joining that. Also, I'll be cutting it out right now, like you see me doing. All right. So after cutting it out, we'll be measuring where the pocket is going to be. Okay, so the length of the pocket, I'm working with here. So the pocket will be starting on the waist, from the waist measurement. It will start from the waist measurement. All right, so it will start from the waist measurement. So I'll be using a 7-inch wide. Okay, so 7-inch wide, and I will use 8-inch depth. Okay, you can use 9-inch depending on the length of the top you're working with. All right, so I'll mark it. So I'll be going ahead to cut pieces of this same 7 inches and 8 inches. So I've gone ahead to cut the pieces, and the water will join on the front of the place I cut. So I have joined the two shoulder. All right, and I've also joined the pocket. Guys, I did not show you guys where I was cutting the pocket. All right, so I have joined the two shoulder and also joined as so the pocket on it. So I've, like I said, I've cut out the thing I'll be joining on the front. All right, so I've ironed it down. So I'll be going ahead now to join it on the fabric. All right, I cut two 2 inches on the on fold. All right, so I cut 2 2 inch, 2.5 inch on fold. All right, so I'll be going ahead to join it to the body, to the front, and I'll also join something on the hand. Like I said, the hand is too short. So guys, I'm done joining it. Okay, so I'm done joining the thing on the front and on the hand. Like I said, the hand was too small. Okay, so I'm done joining it. So what I'll be doing now is to close up the middle, what I join, right? To close it up, what you'll be doing, like, remember, I take 9-inch for the front measurement, for the front depth. So I'll be measuring 9-inch from the shoulder now down. So from that 9-inch, I'll close it up and sew it down to close that place, inseam, like inside. Okay, open up the inside from that 9-inch that you mark. So this is my 9-inch. I've marked my 9-inch. So from the shoulder, you measure your 9-inch. Depending, you can use 10-inch as well. So sew it down to close that place down. Okay, so after that, I'll be hemming the downside and our top is ready. And here is the pant. So I'll be going ahead to join the two flap of the pant. All right, I will join the two flap of the back and also on the front one. So let me do that and come back and show you guys. So guys, I'm done joining the pant, the two flap of the pant. Like I said, this pant doesn't have pocket because I don't have much material for pocket. So what I will be doing now is to place it on each other. Place it on each other. Place it on each other. All right, and place it on each other and join the two sides using 1 inch, like the inch I added when I was measuring it, which is 1 inch sewing allowance. And I also cut out my band and join the two flap. All right, and hem the downside, cut out my band and join it, and our trouser is ready. So let me do that. I bring it out and show you guys the final result. So here is the final result of our two piece, guys. Don't forget to like, share this video.